Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about the trailer we got for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 Episode 2 titled The Hurt That Will Happen. This episode looks to be pretty good because it looks to be our first look at Dwight and this new character in the hazmat suit, so I'm excited to talk about it, so let's get started. So last episode was definitely a lot of world building because we just kind of got thrown into this new world. Apparently the showrunner on Talking Dead confirmed it's been a couple months since season 4, so they're still going around helping people. And I did like the start of season 5 episode 1. Like, I thought it was an amazing start, with the airplane crash, and it was a great action sequence. And then they started introducing these new characters and these new concepts, so there was a lot of world building. And now it looks like we're gonna get even more in this episode with this hazmat suit, whoever it is behind this guy. So let's go ahead and read the synopsis we got for episode 2. So it says, Morgan and Alicia meet a survivor and learn of a grave new walker threat. The mission is put to the test when one of their own goes missing. Strand makes contact. Alright, so that's a lot of breakdown there. We're gonna go through the trailer now and talk about or look at everything we have to see if we have answers for those, and if we don't, we'll go back to the synopsis and discuss what what these things could mean. Alright, so the trailer opens up with Strand making a recording, and he's saying that if you're watching this, I probably didn't make it. And we saw last week that he came in contact with he didn't come in contact with, he just saw the recording of Daniel. And I think this episode he's also gonna be seeing Daniel. I don't think anything bad's gonna happen to Strand, because later on in the trailer we have him here with his hands up, and based on the season 5 trailer we have on the other side of this, it looks like it was probably Daniel holding a gun to him, because I believe Daniel's gonna be part of his own community now. But Daniel is alive because they already confirmed he's coming back. So by saying that Strand makes contact, I believe they're talking about coming in contact with Daniel. At first I was thinking maybe it could be something on the radio, but again, I just don't think they're gonna do anything like that right now because of how much is going on already in Fear the Walking Dead. Like, they set up a lot in the first episode, which is pretty awesome. I'm excited to learn more about stuff moving forward, but I'm sure that's what he means by coming in contact. Next, we have a shot of the group here at some abandoned gas station, and they notice more of these heads, and this is really creepy, whoever is doing that. I don't know if it's their how they place their mark or whatever, but it's super creepy. And then the next shot we have Morgan and Alicia here, and we have danger, keep out, with more of the radiation signs. And Morgan even says that, he's talking in his walkie-talkie, and he says that we have more of those radiation signs. So in the synopsis, when it says they learn of a grave new walker threat, I believe that walker threat's gonna be mutated walkers, because that's what happens around radiation. I'm sure that's what they're kind of building up this. From the first episode, they were slowly building up this radiation thing when Alicia fell on the fences and we saw the sign. I think it's going to be a big moment in this episode when we see a brand new type of walker, which is going to be pretty cool. Next, we have a shot of Luciana in front of the radio. So it looks like they're still going to be around that truck stop, trying to come in contact with Logan or something. And then we have the way she's looking though on the side, I feel like someone might be coming to the truck stop or something. She seems concerned. But anyways, moving on, we have these two walkers. Somebody set up this bird trap, obviously trying to lure the walkers to the birds, and then they're gonna capture the walkers, I believe, because why else would you set up that trap? Obviously they can't get to the birds to eat them, but they're obviously attracted to the birds. So this is definitely some sort of trap to capture these walkers. And this is why I think that this group is trying to capture these walkers and do experiments on them, because, again, why else would you want to capture a walker other than doing an experiment on them? And I made a video yesterday in my review. I talked about that ending where we had that symbol that was on the helicopter, took Rick away. the group that took Rick away, it looked like they were also trying to do tests and experiments because they wanted people. They wanted to give Jadis food in exchange for people. So why would you want people other than doing experiments, right? That's a little weird in the apocalypse. And it was people that were already bitten, not dead, but just bitten, like Gabriel, Negan, and Rick. Because when we knew she wasn't trying to kill them because the helicopter always came around that time. Like when Negan was tied up, the helicopter came around. And she was trying to get Negan to get bitten. So I don't think she was trying to kill the people, just have them get bitten to do experiments. So that's why it makes sense that they're the same group, because they're doing kind of the similar things. And this show is kind of having a bit of like a prequel to that helicopter group. And then we have that shot of Strand that I was talking about earlier, where he has his hands up and he says, "Can we just take a breath?" So again, I'm sure that's why he's saying that, because Daniel probably has a gun on him. Next, we have a shot of Alicia getting ready to kill these walkers. And Alicia is like, she's very, I guess you could say, like stressed out or kind of angry about what's been going on, because we saw how angry she got yesterday at Logan, right? Like she was threatening to kill him. And then also in the trailer here, she says that, every walker I kill, that's one least dangerous thing in her way. So it could be either one or two things. What I think it is that she is just killing these walkers. Maybe she's coming back to being furious about her mother dying because of walkers. So she wants to kill all these walkers. And then obviously also walkers are dangerous, so it does make sense. And then we have June here looking outside the windows, they kind of like boarded it up. So obviously they're trying to hide from something. That's why I was talking about that scene earlier with Luciana where she looked a bit concerned. So obviously something is coming after them. Either it's people or walkers. I don't know if people would come after them, because it doesn't look like the groups. Because the thing is that with Althea, she found the person who was hurt, and she was near them. So I don't know if those people are going to come after them or it's going to be walkers, but it seems to be walkers, because there looks to be like a lot of walkers around this area. And then we have June and John here, and June finds like a bullet, and then she says, "We're getting close to something." So I think they may be looking for, I think they're looking for Althea, because she's the one that goes missing. We saw the one in the synopsis when it says the mission is put to the test and one of their own goes missing. Obviously, I believe it's going to be Althea unless somebody else goes missing also. But we saw at the end of episode 1 that she was talking to Morgan on the radio. So they had contact, and then bam, she's knocked out. So I'm sure they're going to realize that something happened to her, and that's where they're going to go look for Althea. And then we have Morgan tied up here, and he is this is pretty insane, because this walker's like right next to him, and this is obviously the group that is doing the hazmat, I'm gonna call them the hazmat suit group. I don't know, but it's to do with the hazmat suit, and that's what the group, like earlier I was talking about when they look concerned and looking outside the window. It might be that group coming after them. We'll see. But obviously this group is gonna capture Morgan, or some group. I'm assuming it's gonna be that group, and they tied him up. And then we have this walker who has definitely been experimented on, because that's not like a regular walker, The skin is all peeled. That looks like it could have been affected by radiation or something. So either it's like, and that also kind of reminds me of Jadis, because Jadis did this also. So we'll see if they're all connected, but I definitely think they are. I mean, I'm sure Morgan is going to be fine, but again, that just reminds me so much of Jadis, because Jadis used to do the same thing where she put people to the test against these walkers. And then we have Luciana saying that we can't stay here for long, and then we have the look at the guy in the hazmat suit pointing his gun at somebody. And I believe this is going to be like the same group connected to Althea, which I'm excited about. I'm very excited to learn about this group. That's really one of the more exciting things about Fear the Walking Dead. I know everybody kind of wants them to merge the shows and combine and stuff like that, but I'm just excited to learn about Rick and to see Dwight and stuff like that. So I still have really high hopes for the season. I thought the first episode was pretty good. It was a bit slower in the second half, but it was still really good, I think. And then we have some walkers here stuck in the mud. And then we have a look at Daniel. And he actually fires his gun here. So I don't think he's gonna hit Strand or anything. He's probably just gonna shoot next to him. But you can see behind him, obviously he's in some sort of community. So that's gonna be interesting to see if this community comes back around to help. I'm sure they will, because Daniel is gonna want to help his old friends. But that's interesting how there's a community there. And then we have a shot of Alicia fighting against a walker, and she screams hurry. And then we have, I believe this is Luciana, her injury. It might get infected or something, we'll see. But it definitely looks like it's still, obviously really injured. And then we have, this is a shot of the walker that's definitely mutated. This is like, I'm excited to see this in the episode, like a close-up of this walker and see exactly what's going on with it. Because that's definitely interesting. I want to see what really happened. And then we have Luciana here holding a gun, only with one hand, obviously, because the other hand is injured. And then we have, that's where the trailer kind of ends, and we have Morgan here walking in the woods. So I thought Dwight was going to be in this trailer. I felt like I saw Dwight earlier when I was watching it on TV, but I guess not. So maybe Dwight isn't going to be in this episode. It does say they meet a survivor, though, so that's why I kind of thought it would be Dwight. It could be Dwight because they don't have to show him in the trailer. The thing is, though, that I feel like that's something they would do because they already showed Dwight in the first trailer, and I guess it would get fans excited. But Morgan and Alicia meet a survivor. I feel like that has to be Dwight. Who else could it be? I don't know. But you guys let me know in the comments down below if you think it's going to be Dwight or not. That was the trailer we got for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 2, titled The Hurt That Will Happen. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. And if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, hit that subscribe button for daily content. And I'll see you guys later.